Ladies and gentlemen, Double D Studios, Mutu Yankacha, but there's some issue be trending for the past, I think, days and I say weeks about a year transfer of the headmistress of Swedru Senior High School. I don't know friend of Swesco. Old student from PC. And shout out to whoever is an old student of a Swedru Secondary School. So I will tap person or friend of now, unim say, the story nearby, it is alleged say as a member of parliament to be and a OCH now transfer, and I say woman or transfer from Swesco. Now, one of the stakeholders in education say we follow education kakra on him say a year old student, a one walk school away we a senior high school teacher, they hold some special energy before their alma mater, their friend is an one so will take some strong position and a rejection against what is actually happening. Na ɛyɛ Samuel Atamenta dodo na yenim Channel 1 TV City. Ono the global president, our friend Samens, global president of the Swesco Old Student Association. Now I grant interview be, but what interview na you can see say Samens a yenim no ni bufu ankasa because the position is that on person politics ewura in school no. What is he saying? He's saying say ono be associated with Swesco no for quite some time, who the direct supporter, a member of parliament for the area, no, according to him, odema a school no. Onim say member of parliament no ye adoye bebre, but Swesco particularly, because say a year only headmistress of the school no, Mrs. Golda AC Andam. I believe so I got the name right. On an inye free nti on fast support bia enfemba school ho. But that has actually been the case, but they don't have any qualms with it. But going forward, no, I think say the transfer no na trigger some of these conversations to be had. Inti what's what a transfer no? When you say transfer, no, they are part of the Ghana Education Service and most of the public workers. Into you be juma, even private institutions in our bottom transfer when the authorities deem fit to say why we kakra we here hanti. It is something that can be done. But when especially that time na only himself Swesco for prepare for 167th anniversary and speech and prize giving day. Inti as all students no what she say Mrs. Golda wetum why a part of the preparations are so the timer akatum na bro when why anniversary. The anniversary is coming off I think next week 22nd 21st I should say I think 21st that's weekend no eba so inti obi a ono why preparation na one man transfer say 1 week, and that is where it fits into some of these speculations. Yenim said transfers are part of the administrative offense and rules of superiors na de. But say obi ma transfer no say 1 week as a senior staff and as a headmistress of an institution na eya kwa say emu ye rem kakra because sabi ordinary teacher, ordinary classroom teacher or basic school or junior high school or senior high school mpo sabi woman transfer most of the time woman transfer at the time school na call vacation kakra na wa tell say the next term and I say the next academic year no na we tum wa report to new school. But this case it was a week and some side no ebesi no now most of the case so now why you boni bi. That's what happens. So why you boni bi there and we tum mal transfer now like I said the next day, the next 2 days, the next 3 days, 5 days, 1 week, report to new school no, as a way of say what they waso kakra. But say a normal transfer routine na nim nedia at least one more time. In the case of a headmaster or headmistress of a senior high school, no, at least what my catch or say what transfer or next academic year. Into CCO who say academic year we end there. Ebia obekɔ this new school. Well, sana akwayenti knowing all these things, according to Samens, ne or a global president of Swesco Old Student Association, and any other executives, one who say it is a calculated attempt, say politicians want to get an influence into the senior high schooler, in this case, Swesco. But let's say, if a politician has an influence, it's not anything bad in senior high school. In fact, the president is a politician. The policies are implement to senior high schools now is by politicians largely. In a obi a politician our vested interest in education in the area or no. Into an MP is a stakeholder in the education of the constituency. Into sadebi koso the MP can actually step in and make sure say it goes right. Into those will making an impression be say MP no intum MP being who about to influence transfer na no, you are not being truthful to yourself. MPs can actually do that. Chiefs can actually do that. Staff and I say teachers are school can actually do that because omuna is stakeholders. PT and I say parent associations need able to waka won ho abom no influence the transfer of somebody. Inti men tran baby na nke say MP bi ntumi nyesa. MP can do that. I'm not saying say the MP actually has done that. I'm actually espousing the commenter, A.S. Samens, the global president of Swesco Old Student Association. We make it say this has been the trend. This has been some of the things are omati. And he makes the point to say there's even a party member in the school, only one secretary, Old Student Association secretary, no cry, Winyan Tokakakra, direct physical attack on the global secretary of the Old Student Association. Inti it feeds into all these conversations. Inti I said, asamne isusu nkakranka krama, wetuma wotum sisudi I say this and this inti sana but painfully, the all kind of say what your letter ma Director General Sanka, Director General on one committee kakra no nti one so we no masam kakra, but because as you know, all student association, especially the big schools now, most of the projects in the school, all students, government ye be brave, but all students in a PT and awareness after government. We'll see dormitories, we'll see assembly halls, we'll see teacher bungalows and all that. What them are a school no. Inti all students play critical role. Inti what your letter about Director General. Painfully, according to some men, no, Director General were among audience when Xiao. But they said they threatened, let me use the word because that was it. They threatened say if say what transfer headmistress now the 67th anniversary of the school no all students ni be in wha obotuni na yeso. Inti I think subsequently Director General Freon and a new statement has been issued from the Old Student Association. Worker said for now there has been some amicable solution. One is that the headmistress, Miss Golda, will be in the school for at least the celebration of the 67th anniversary of the school. Na Uria subsequently transferred the I say Obokwan Nesa after the celebration in April, the woman will proceed on transfer. They're also saying said Director General insisted so transfer Miss Golda. Nature said one as Old Student Association of the school no, they want a replacement also your PSC. Sana what the fred one old boys and girls of Suedu Secondary School. Old Student Association is wope old student of Swesco to replace Miss Golda. Say if Director General insists, say or transfer Miss Golda. Now, yen at double these studios, what they are saying is that MPs have influence. A lot of stakeholders, yen nananom, yen opinion leaders, teachers, even students, but sometimes or influence on whether one transfer a teacher, we want transfer because of we stakeholders of the school. But I think say influence, I need to be exercised logically. It need to be exercised in good faith. It is if per the words and per the narration of the global president, this influence from the MP, say the headmistress is being transferred just because or no one casa, just because there's a deputy chairperson of the NDC at the constituency level, be a person or be you place a mistress in war school, I think say it's not right. I'm actually quoting what Samens or kind. Into this is the words of Samens. And we are saying that if that is the case, then it need not to be. It need not to be. Seriously, it needs not to be. Transfer generally is not a problem. But say but transfer will be as a punitive measure on your share, we think that it is not right. A lot of people are saying that the woman has done well. I have actually not followed so much, especially one academic offense achievement. But I know that Swesco has taken some new turn be since the woman assumed new role as headmistress of the school. Inti, enuanom, the aye can say the trending story from Aguna Shredru, from the heart of Aguna Shredru, Eka Swesco, Eka Shredru, the alleged MP's involvement or influence in the transfer of the Swesco head mistress, which we say, if that is the case, it should not be entertained. WDC Diosini of MMC Defio.